The microphone is coming.
Hello, Thomas.
Hey.
Thank you. So it's a question that's very dear to my heart. As I'm a mother of 2 little girls, and a lot of the things that you say have to do with parents and parenting. And I'm hearing you for the 3rd time now. And it's been on my mind for a long time. What does all that you say mean for us as parents? As I see the unfolding of what you describe and a lot of things that you say about individual trauma, collective trauma. And also when I explored my fear, I noticed that there was some fear around not being the parent I could potentially be.
Right.
And I was just curious to hear more of your thoughts around being a parent, especially in nowadays world, and Amy referred to it in her opening speech, in this world that feels so fragile and so uncertain due to a lot of external factors. I'm very curious to hear more about parenting because it keeps on popping up in what you say, but I would love to have it a bit more space.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So imagine a parent is like kind of a channel, a tube. And the child comes in through that tube. So where the tube is kind of open, the child is floating through into life. But where the tube is a bit tight, first of all, the child is working its way through. And what we feel is stress, fear. Because when children come, they don't come just through us, they come literally through us. So that's the gift of evolution, that every parent is actually being initiated by being a parent into a new state. Everybody who has kids knows there was a before and then there is an after. You simply feel different. Not only you feel different, you're invited into ego transcendence, naturally. Because suddenly it's not all about you. It's about there's somebody else that needs your attention, and it has significant consequences if we don't do that. So, first of all, when you look at a human being, the children literally come through us. And where my nervous system and my body are open, that process goes more fluid, but we all carry places in us where it's a bit tighter, we are holding more, for example, fear. And then we say, as you said before, I'm afraid not to be the parent I can be. And I would say that you're afraid, I can feel. If that's really about not to be the parent I can be, I'm not sure. So sometimes we experience fears, and then we project those fears onto something that makes rationally sense. And I'm always careful to say, maybe, but I don't know that. What I know is when you speak about it, I can feel your fear. And so sometimes to decouple everything that comes after I'm afraid that, it's very good to I'm afraid, and then to stop the sentence. I'm afraid. And then to pay attention to the fear and say, yes, I'm afraid, or you are sharing it with me, and we say, yes, there's fear, and we can feel and experience that together. And then we will find out if that's really about the parenting or if it's really about you, but in a different way. Not I cannot be the parent. That's how it shows up, but I think that's not the point. I think you being a mother is expanding your vessel. As parents, we need to grow our vessel. It's like a cup. That's why on the one hand, it looks like we are much more busy, we have much more to do, we have much less time. The illusion is that it looks like, when I'm a parent, I will not make it. But the fact is, if we have the right process awareness, then my vessel grows, and then things in my reality also grow. Because I'm going with my evolutionary process. So when you speak about the fear, I immediately have a sense, maybe that's how it gets triggered, but the fear is about opening your own vessel more. That will relax something in relationship to your kids. It will grow something in you, and it will have an effect onto your entire life. Because it's an invitation to allow some fears to surface and to get to know yourself there. When I say what I say, what's happening for you?
A lot. A lot. It feels very touching.
Can we have the second microphone? Yeah.
It feels very touching. It feels like a hug of emotion. And it feels like an invitation. Yeah.
Right. And maybe you and I can take a moment to feel the place when you say it feels touching. And you put your awareness onto the sensations that you call touching. Right. And we rest there for a moment. Right. And then to look what happened to the fears that you spoke about before. When you tune in with your body, also the lower part, your belly, or like how does this fear still live in you, and if yes, where did it change?
I'm having the image of a cloud that's dissolving.
Right.
So I wouldn't say it's not there anymore. But it feels like a foggy day where the sun is coming through and you can see the clouds turning from gray into whitish fog. Yeah.
And then you can see the rest of the fear that's still in your system. Maybe you can, if it's feelable for you, you can connect to that. And then soften into the sensation we call fear and make your nervous system more soft. And allow your nervous system to digest the fear. Right.
Thank you.
How is that?
It's a very different feeling.
Yeah. You see also how immediately it changed your voice. Like there's a new level of resonance in your voice because our body is like an archaeological storage of fears or other emotions. When we go in and we clean one after the other, we expand our life. If I don't want to have the fear, then every time I touch it, I come up. And what you did now is you actually went down and stayed there, soften your nervous system, and that gives your body time to digest the fear, integrate it, and then it will clear up your perspective more. And then you will see that this fear has nothing to do with you being a good or not good parent. this has something to do with your own younger development. And the more you ground yourself, it will indirectly also affect your relationship to your kids. But that was not the point. The point was that the kid found a tighter place in the channel, and if once we get it, then we say, wow, a lot of the emotions and fears that I have, I'm projecting onto a process that's happening now, but it's actually happening somewhere else in me. And if I stay in the mental loop, how I think about it, I'm actually avoiding the emotion. If I say, I'm scared, even if I say, I'm scared that my partner will leave me, I'm scared that I lose my job, I'm scared that I'm scared. And then I can go in and say, yeah, I'm scared. And if I can't do it alone because it's too much, I do it with somebody. Yeah, I'm scared. And I feel you feeling me in my fear. And that's the other part that I think was touching, is that you don't need to solve it alone. You don't need to be the great mom alone. You know, there are so many amazing people in here where we can solve things together. It's much more intelligent to solve things together. Yeah. Is that good for now?
That is good, thank you.
Okay, great.